My name's Molly. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Purpose, where we talk about just that. What's our reason for being on this earth? Why are we even here? Well, if you've been following along with me, you know exactly what I think. I think we only have one reason for being on this planet, and that's to love God and love each other. Sounds really simple. Most people in the United States say that they believe in God, and we all say, oh yeah, I try to love people and be nice. But how much do we? How often do we really think about God? How often do we put him first in our day? You know, I don't as much as I should. My number one priority throughout my day should be thanking God and giving him all the kudos and doing everything I can for him, so that every single thing I do, whether it's getting up and brushing my teeth or making breakfast or going to work, everything I do to serve God. How can you brushing your teeth serve God? I can pray while I'm doing it, you know. I can pray for other people. And that's what loving people means. It doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with them. Doesn't even mean you need to like them. Doesn't mean you need to hang out with everybody. It just means that you wish them no ill will, that you pray for them. You pray that God will touch their heart and that he'll bring them closer to him. That's all it is. And I don't do any of that nearly as much as I should, but I'm trying. And that's what we're doing with these videos. We're learning from the people of the past, the people in the Bible, so that they can help us today and kind of get us back to God, because that's where we all want to be. So if you watched my last video, I think it was called Don't Go Breaking My Heart, something like that. But if you watched the last video, I gave an example of when I was 13 and didn't get asked to the dance and it broke my heart. And I put bricks up around my heart because I didn't ever want to feel that way again. You know, I wasn't a mean, bad person. I just didn't want to have my heart broken again. So I made these plans, things I could do so I never get my heart broken again. Well, putting bricks around our heart separates us from God. That's all it's doing. When we make all these plans so that we never get hurt again, and we put up all these walls and defenses and bricks, we're moving ourselves closer or further away from God. And we don't mean to. We just don't want to get hurt. I think that the average person, at least in the United States, I don't know about people in other countries, but I think the average person in the United States has more defenses to keep themselves from getting hurt than all of the armies and military branches in the entire world combined. We have a lot of defenses. We have more than we even think about. I'll give you an example of one of mine that popped up the other day. We have a neighbor who did something kind of mean to my husband, sent him a nasty text message because he was out burning grass in the pasture. And he got a nasty text message from her. Well, number one, we should have just stopped right there and prayed for her. She was upset. We knew she was upset. We should have prayed for her. That's not what I did. I got all, well, who is she to blah, 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 blah. You know, I knew that I should pray for her. I knew it. It was in the back of my head. I even knew, oh, I shouldn't gossip about this. I should not tell anybody. I told pretty much anybody who'd listen to me. I told my kids. I told my parents. I haven't told everybody I know yet, but I told people about it. And I didn't tell them. I didn't tell my kids about this because I thought it would get this person closer to God. I didn't do it so it would get me closer to God. I did it so I'd look good and so she'd look bad. Pure and simple. Why? I've got defenses up. You know, that's a way to get me a little bit ahead of somebody else, knock them down so I can get ahead. And we all do things like that. Somebody makes us mad, we go and tell everybody we know about it. So what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to keep from getting hurt? That's the big question. That is the million-dollar question. How do we keep from getting hurt? The answer, you can't. You're going to get hurt. We are going to get our heart broken over and over in this life. We're going to get disappointed. We're going to be sad. We're going to be mad. It's just part of life. It's what we do with it. That's the big kicker. So I make all my defenses to keep me from feeling like I'm not loved, to keep me from feeling like nobody cares about me, nobody wants me. So I have all these defenses, like go and spread this news that somebody did something nasty because it might make me look a little bit better. I have these defenses so I don't get hurt. What should I have done instead? Well, imagine a world where we learn from infancy that the second we feel sad or angry or scared or any other bad emotion, the second we feel that, if we're taught to run to God and talk to Him about it. What if I'm a little kid and somebody takes my truck away from me and I'm all mad or sad or whatever and I'm feeling like they don't care about me and I run to my mom crying? What if instead of saying, oh, Molly, it's okay, there's lots of other toys, you go play with something else. What if my mom had said, let's come over here and talk about this, honey? And what if she'd say, I know it hurts you and I know you got your feelings hurt. Let's talk to God about it. Let's go to Jesus and hold His hand and tell Him how sad you are. And then to ask Him, ask Jesus to touch our hearts, to give us peace and love and wisdom. Well, that didn't happen. On what planet does that happen? No, you get mad, you go take your truck back. That doesn't happen. My mom didn't teach me that. I didn't teach my kids that. My grandma didn't teach my mom. Her mom didn't teach her. We have thousands of years of people never teaching anybody about this. But here's what I think. I think, and this is just world according to Molly stuff, I think if every time we have a negative emotion, anger, sadness, fear, every time, if we go to God with it and we tell Him, I'm feeling scared right now. I'm feeling full of myself. Like I was feeling all full of myself and a little indignant when she was sending my husband kind of nasty text. I was feeling like, who are you? If I had gone to God and said, touch my heart, God, because I'm feeling like I want to call somebody and spread this news. Touch my heart. Fill me with the gift of the Holy Spirit. Give me your love and your wisdom and your strength. If I had done that, God would have taken a teeny little bit of that anger or whatever out of my heart and replaced it with peace. Now, I wouldn't have been like in a zen, completely relaxed, peaceful moment, but I would have felt a little better. And then when I was talking to my kids, even as I'm talking to them in the back of my head, if I'm saying, oh God, I want to tell them that story, I really want to tell them that story, please touch my heart. And I'm doing all this in my head, I'm not saying it out loud. He'll do it. He'll touch our hearts and give us the tiniest little bit of peace. Take away the pain, replace it with a tiny little bit of peace. It's taken one brick away and replacing it with peace. Now I've got bazillions of bricks around my heart, so it's going to take me bazillions of times of doing this before I start to feel real peace. But I know if I do this enough, I'm going to get closer and closer to God. I'm going to have more and more peace, and I'm not going to need those defenses. Someday, if I do this enough, if my husband gets a nasty text from somebody, I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm going to say, oh, that poor woman, she's in pain right now. Let's pray for her. That's my goal. Will I get there? I don't know. So life's going to happen. We're going to get our feelings hurt. We're going to get mad. People we love are going to get sick. People we love are going to die. We're going to get sick. We're going to die. The point of being on this earth is to not have a pain-free life. It's not to live forever. It's not for our family and friends to live forever in a pain-free life. The point of being here on this earth is to get back to God, to get back to Eden, to get back to heaven. And to do that, we have to trust Him. We have to have faith in Him, that even when we're hurt, even when we're mad, even when we're scared, He won't leave us. He'll hold our hand. We just have to keep our eyes on Him. We can't get caught up in the crazy of the world. Got to stay focused on God. And this is where Abraham messed up. You know, we're talking about Abraham and Sarah, and all they want's a baby. And God keeps promising it to him, just like He's promising us heaven. You know, He's promising them a baby, but they're not seeing it. So they made a plan B to get a baby without God. And that just led to a lot of drama. So we can make our own plan B. You know, I can call up everybody in the world and tell them, hey, she sent a nasty text. And I might get a little bit of satisfaction out of that, but I've moved further away from God. And so ultimately, I just hurt myself. I didn't hurt her. I hurt myself. And I don't want to do that. I want to get closer to God. So that's my goal. That's my plan. Every time I'm mad or angry or scared or any negative thing, I'm going to try to work on having my first instant impulse be to go to God. And when that doesn't happen, when I just get mad and yell at people or call people up and gossip or whatever, I'm going to try to have my second impulse be to go to God. Or my third, even if it's 2 days later after I've told the entire world what happened, even if it's 2 days later and I go to God, He's still going to give me some peace. Because that's what God does. When we go to Him and we ask Him to fill our hearts with peace and love and wisdom, He does it every time. Problem is, we've got a lot of bricks around that heart, so it takes a whole lot of going to Him to get rid of the bricks and feel more peace. Well, I hope this video helps you as much as doing this helps me. And we're not going to be perfect at it. We may not even be good at it. But as long as we keep trying, as long as we stay on that path to God, then we're doing all right. Well, I hope you all just have the very best day. And when we come back, we're going to get back right into talking about Abraham and Sarah. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.